Alrighty. Hello, hello. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm just like trying to get a sense of the audio. I might actually turn down the gain a little bit, but since last stream my voice was a lot more fucked, so I had to modify some stuff. Okay, so let me see if I can. Let me see. I have a cold gain. Thank you, audio filter. So if I remove this, does that actually make me a lot quieter? It might have just now. Hold up, I'm actually curious. Really curious on how OBS works. Oh, it does. Oh, that's messed up. Okay. So I'm going to turn that back on, and then I'm just going to turn down the gain marginally, because, that should close. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Perfect. Anyways, let me turn down YouTube music really quickly, and then we can start getting at finishing up Brytle. I'm kind of considering redrawing it, which is frustrating, but you know, sometimes that happens. But you know, it's a starter Pokemon. These things actually should matter this much. So once again, if I transition over this way, we can actually see the drawing for today. Oh my, wait, what? Drawing PNGs. Oh right, because I'm not in a Discord call. I forgot how that works. So if I do this, suddenly there you go. So now we have Acrid present. Bro's turned up. So okay. Let me. All right, give me like 5 seconds. Give me like 5 seconds. I have something I have to fix up really quick. All right, back. Erm. Oh god, I love this song. Okay. So, have I done everything I needed to do? Self promo, did that. Okay. Yeah, we should be good then. Anyways, actually, let me. Just while I'm logging into my own iPad. Oh, it actually does hide that. That's dope. Good job, iPad, or whatever. I don't know how to describe that, but it's alright. It ain't the end of the world. So, can I... How does that end up happening? Is this it? No. Interesting. Okay, whatever. So this is what we currently have when it comes to it. I think I want to change the face a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Just because I think the eyes need a little bit more life in them. I don't currently hate the structure of them now, but I think it just needs a little bit more like zip or something. Like I don't really know how to describe it. So like if I do this and then I hide all of this just momentarily, I can like try and potentially change up how the eyes look just a little bit, because like I like this, but I feel like there's something somehow missing that I don't really understand, that I don't really know how to describe. I think this piece of the head has to like come in more. I think, so like if I cleared this, I think it's a little too rounded on the outside. I think it needs to come in sooner. Because the idea is that like, it comes off the top, and then so that maybe a little bit further down, just to be more sure. Okay, that seems better. And then I can also fix this a little. Ooh. There we go. There we go. And then I'm just going to turn up the brightness a little bit. It got a little dark on my end. So I can do that, and then I kind of want to, like, I don't know if that's, like, correct. It's not bad. I think I need to, like, come out a little bit to meet it more. So, like, this. So, yeah. That's a noticeable improvement. That looks a lot more balanced. Okay, so if I do that, and then I just thicken this line, which I can do really easily via duplicating it. Copy and paste. And then that has thickened the line marginally. And then I can duplicate this again, and then I can move it like half a pixel in that direction. And then that thickens it. And then merge down, and then okay. So then that's been done, and then I just need to thicken the top of this line a little bit more. There we go. 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 And then, so that's improved the head shape actually quite significantly. It looks a lot less, like, it looked like lopsided somehow. Like, this looks a lot more, like, in a way I can't describe. Actually, hold on, let me merge this down so then this doesn't look stupid. But this somehow looked a lot more lopsided than this now does. Like, that is significantly worse than this. I'm not entirely sure why. I think it's just the angle of the head. But I'm happy that that change was just made. Now, I need to figure out how to make this section of the mouth feel right, because as of right now, it somehow feels like a little bit elongated, or like there's something like wrong with it in a way that I don't really know how to describe. So I think it's this kind of section right here that's messing with me a little bit surrounding it. Like, if you can tell, it like flattens out a lot for like no clear reason, and then it goes back to being a nice soft curve. I think if I end up shearing here a little bit, I can make this a lot more consistent. Now suddenly this isn't as much of a straight line. It's still a little bit of a straight line, but it's not as much of a straight line. So now I can do this, and then I can cut at this edge just slightly. Cut it a little too much, actually. Get a little thickness in there. Now, once again, extremely minor change, but it makes that look like it's a very hard angle to being a much softer kind of roll back in to the texture. And then, like, I almost want to change up this eye and, oh my god, that was not great. The Kettle Liner does a lot of automated that wasn't obvious. Like, this is me doing that, but, oh, actually that worked. But if I do it to like too much, it'll track it, and then it'll move actually where I'm drawing the line. Minor tool. It's cool, but sometimes it's a bit much. So I'm gonna duplicate this again, and then I'm going to erase this just to see what I can like work with the current shaping of the eyes. I don't dislike the kind of double band down the middle thing I have going on right now with it, but I want to see like whether there's something else I could be doing. Because when I do this, it looks a lot less bug-like, which isn't like a bad thing, but is part of the reason why I actually went with that kind of structure for it. Oh, also, hold on. Just letting you guys know for today, my power went out last night, and it was out all of last night. So when I woke up this morning and left the house, the power was still out, which means that we are on a little bit of a timer with how high my iPad battery is, which is currently at 39%. I do have it on power saving mode, but there's a chance that my iPad will just die at some point during the stream if we run for like 3 hours or something, and then I might have to cut it short. So, you know, just providing a little bit of an FYI. Okay, and then speaking of which, this is reminding me, 1 second. I need to, when is this today? Because I do have something after stream today that I need to be doing, and I want to make sure that I'm like not missing it. Can I not like, hello, day? Okay, so it starts at 7 p.m., which means that worst case we run for like another, or like longest I can run is for like another 2 hours. So unfortunately it does have to be a shorter stream today. I did have a bunch of stuff going on this morning that cut into my time to start this, but that's okay. Sometimes shit happens. And realistically, like, this drawing is almost done. I can't imagine we're gonna run that much longer than like the existing time anyways, so it should be fine. It should be. We will definitely see though. So I want to see what happens when I get rid of this eyeball. This eyeball. Because I know that I could potentially like either make it stick out of the side more and that might look better, or I could just like kind of pin it up against the actual wall of the face a little bit more so then it... Because like in some ways that looks better. Because like the direction of the head is more... Oh my god, I can't do that because it's an eraser. The direction of the head is a lot more consistent when I do that, if that makes any sense. Like... if you're looking at this in a 3D space, like based on where this eye is in comparison to this thing that is apparently supposed to be in the center, it kind of makes sense that like you should either just barely be able to see it on that side like that, or that you can't actually see it at all from around the face. So like, I don't know if that looks that great either. So I might just like leave it like this, and then what I might end up doing is, hey meme, what I might end up doing is I actually restructure the face to go like this a little bit more and cut sooner, and then it looks a little bit more round. That line I drew was fucking immaculate. Hello? Hello, Volt with the absolutely ludicrous freehand? That was insane. Hold on, look at this shit. Nah, because I'm about to like clear this out and it's gonna like... That's kind of ridiculous. Like that had no business being as good of a line as it just was. I definitely still need to clean it up a little. Needs to round in a little bit more over here. So it's going to look a little bit better once I do that. Oh. Maybe this entire bump is just a little too far out. So if I get rid of this. Sorry, meme. Hold on. I'm locked in on this. One moment, bestie. Oh my god, please work. Here we go. I'll fix it in a second. Yo, I got my retainers in today. How are you? Hey, congrats on the retainers. So that's like a post, oh my god, English. I promise I'm capable. That's post braces, yeah? Big win. Congratulations. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. This week was supposed to be a lot more stressful than it was, mostly because I thought I had a couple more assignments this week that I would have to worry about, but it turns out I don't. But of course, as all things have been with me as of late, I've been kind of finding ways of making my life busier since I now have the time to do things. So like I'm actually going to like attend my club sports practice tomorrow for the first time in a while since we have a tournament this weekend that I'll actually be able to attend. And then like today, I technically had a bunch of free time right now. I had like this 3 hour gap and I was like, I could have done anything with that. I wanted to stream because I knew I wouldn't be able to stream on Monday. So like, I don't know. It's fun. It's been a like this entire semester has been interesting because it's been like I'm busy, but it's all stuff that I like want to be doing anyways. So it's like, who really gives a shit? You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to like describe unless like you've been in that sort of situation, but it's not too shabby. Okay, so what the fuck? Sorry, hold on. I'm having a hard time with this. Went to Chick-fil-A to see my cousin work. Dope. They work at a Chick-fil-A? Heard they treat their employees well. Didn't order anything? Okay, yeah, that's a little rough. Next time you're at a Chick-fil-A, this is my personal take. I think like during the summers or something, they have like this peach milkshake that's like an event. It's so good. You should get it next time. I I'm a big fan of it got me onto the peach milkshake grind set. So like whenever I go to a place now that has like more customizable milkshakes, I always see if I can get a peach one. It's really, really gas. Like the peach and cream combination is just really good. Kind of reminds me of getting like orange cream froyo back in elementary school. Okay, so this. Okay. That looks a little bit better. I'm trying to... I don't eat fast food, just in general, or out of principle, or out of curiosity. I totally get why, but still, just curious. So that... Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this, and then how do I want to do the eye? Oh shit. Just reminded me of how fat and unhealthy I used to be. That's fair. I can understand that. And honestly, like, I don't think you're missing out on that much, to be honest, when it comes to fast food. Like, the only benefit to fast food is the fact that it's, like, significantly cheaper than most other food. Otherwise, I, I can't imagine quality of life would drop that much by not eating it, so totally respect that. Completely respect that. So how are the like I actually have never been fitted for orthodontics before. So like how's the retainers been feeling, I guess? Cuz like, you know, it's this thing that's just like sitting in your mouth. Like I can't imagine that's the most comfortable thing in the world. Feeling good? That's good. Cuz I don't know. I feel like I would have a lot of textural issues with having metal in my mouth. So, fits perfectly. Peak. Huge win. Love it when things work out. How the fuck do I do this? Am I just like... Hmm. Need to move this down, Mike. I know that seems like a really niche and kind of stupid change I just made, but like at range, it does look better. So I don't know. Sometimes you just have to be that specific with it. I don't know. Fuck. Kind of need to. My God. Ad break in 5 minutes, y'all. So that I could do like this. No, because then it looks like it's looking backwards. What if I do this then? That looks almost like too puppy. It's kind of hard to strike a good balance for this. Okay. Oh my God. Please work. There we go. Yeah, no, that looks a lot worse. I just kind of want to add depth somehow, and I'm having a hard time with that. Okay. I eat at local restaurants, or at least choose healthier options. In the weekends, I eat like a damn piglet. Honestly, fucking real. Like, it seems like we have kind of opposite problems, but my metabolism is like absolutely ludicrously fast. So my main issue is that if I don't eat enough, I will always lose weight. Like, always. So I think like a lot of this past year at college has been me being like, okay, now that I'm like off meal plan, I need to like learn how to budget. I need to learn how to like make meals. I need to learn how to like optimize going to the grocery store and stuff. And it's been like really fun figuring that out, but it's also been me figuring out that like, oh, I need to like eat like, I don't know, on average like 3,000 calories a day. Otherwise I will lose 10 pounds over the course of 6 months. And it's just like, it's really rough to have to try and strike that balance. Monday, Friday, eat healthy. Saturday, Sunday, food. Real, nah, like genuinely. I respect the grind set. And if it like still puts you in a place where like you're happy with like your self-image and body weight, like fucking do what you want, man. Like mad respect. I totally get it. I don't know, like before this, it's kind of crap and it makes me feel like shit, but like I needed to eat something because I hadn't eaten that much all day, so I just like housed like 3, what even are these things called? Like the chewy chocolate chip granola bars. I don't even know how to describe those, but yeah. It's you know, sometimes hungry. Sometimes the hungry happens. It's whatever. Okay, so if I do this, what is this line? What is this? That looks a lot better when it's actually applied. I will keep that. And then this head. Food. By the way, meme, did you see like the Admiral stream yesterday? I know it was a little bit scuffed. I caught some of it, but it seemed like Banana had like this insane PB with Slaughterhouse where he like narrowly missed completing the level, which really sucks. And there's a bunch of other stuff that went on, it seemed like, so I don't know, just out of curiosity. Last Saturday I ate hold up. Oh my god, that is not the correct brush. One sec, let me just do this real quick. Last Saturday I ate at a Chinese buffet, so much food, and Sunday I ate at a Mexican place, 8 chicken fajitas and 2 orders of churros. Each order had 4 churros. But like that's real. Like I would do that shit, honestly. Also, respect for getting the fajitas. Like low key slept on item at most Mexican restaurants. Like I don't know how to like describe it, but I feel like fajitas are always like a little bit more um are a little bit more fuck English. They're always like warmer, but more importantly, like they have like this kind of like different energy to them than you would get out of like regular tacos, partially because you're making them in front of you, but also just like the bell peppers are so good. Like the softness of like the warm bell pepper. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. It's so good. Um oh my god. Please. Please. I beg of you. We're dead. Okay, there we go. I was sleeping before the stream. Yeah, all good. I get that. Okay, so oh wait, what the fuck? Is it this one that I had discontinued? Ah, it's that one that I had clicked off. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, because I tested um this where there's a little bit more like color on the tail, but then I realized that I'm kind of doing too much. Um and that honestly it looks fine if I do this. For the record, this is what I'm basing it off of, so it's very hard to like chibi eyes. Chibiify. There you go. Chibiify. What is literally like a zooplankton larva. But you know, I think I've actually done a pretty decent job, all things considered. Um, it's pretty interesting. And then I kind of, for the eye color, like I kind of want to go into like more of like a blue, but it's like this. It's like that might be more along the lines of what I was thinking for the eye. Oh, this is still not the correct brush. Volt, you are doing such an immaculate job today, and I'm so proud of you. Um, you know exactly where all of your brushes are, and you know how to use them, for sure. My leg is falling asleep. This is not fun. Hold on. Oh, ad break ends in a minute. Are you in ads right now, meme, or are we good? Just wanted to check. I realized that I actually just completely missed the warning, and I should have gone into BRP, and I kind of feel bad now. Sorry, lurkers. They can't hear me right now, but sorry, lurkers. Ads. Yeah. Okay. Hold up. Let me. Let me. Let me just sit here until we fix it. Unfortunately, I like can't disable it because otherwise Twitch will automatically run pre-rolls now that I have affiliate. So it's either I run ads during stream or they run it at a even worse time and new people don't want to come in because they have to deal with pre-rolls. So yeah. I don't know. It's not the best situation in the world, I'd argue. Um okay, and then I kind of want to get like that might be sick. Is this? Yeah, okay. Okay. Nope. Hold on. Okay, that's not bad. Hold. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Yeah. Oh my god. Ah, stop. Okay. There we go. Uh, uh, BRB, my Wi-Fi is working right now. Oof. Okay. Oh, I forgot to switch back over. Guys, I'm a genius. It's okay. You guys didn't miss that much. This was me just coloring the eyes in like that. That, not an insane amount. Um, I just added like this slightly purple tint here. Doesn't show up super well on stream, but it's all right. Looks like Kermit, but yellow. Yeah, I don't know, a little bit. I don't think that's the end of the world. It kind of like has this automaton feel to it on accident, but I also think that kind of lines up with this Pokemon being a little bit on the goofier side anyways, since it's a starter, so like I don't have that many qualms with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it being a little sillier. I'm okay with that. Anyways, let's do this, and then I can swap to soft textured shader, and then it's set to 50%. I don't want it to be 50%, actually. I want it to be 100%. This. So, if I, like, almost want to... there we go. Much better. There we go. There we go. And then I can clear this off. And then I can clear this. Alrighty. Okay. And then I kind of want to do this, just so then I can... Okay. Okay. Okay, and then... I'm back. Happy to have you back, meme. Wi-Fi doing a little bit better. Wi-Fi fixed? Nice. Yeah, I like you missed this earlier in the stream, but this stream is technically on a timer because my iPad is only at, actually I don't know how much battery it has at the present, but somewhere around 35% battery. Because there was a pretty major windstorm last night, and my internet, not my internet, my my power went down last night. And because of that, I don't know. I should finish this in time, but there's an off chance that I don't. Before my iPad dies, simply because I haven't had time to charge it today because the fucking power was out all night. So, just witnessed a car accident. What the hell? What? Wait, what? 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 I hope everyone is okay and is safe. That's terrible. NGL, I'll just pretend I didn't see anything. I get that. Sometimes you're just not in a position where you would feel comfortable being questioned by police or feeling like you would have to. Um, that's really unfortunate that that shit happened, though. Jeez. Okay. There. Okay. Oh my god. It's always weird when it does that and, like, just jumps it. Okay. Okay, and then I think I want to, like, curve this in a little bit more. Like that, yeah. I think that follows the line slightly better. Still might cut into this just a smidge more. Okay. Just chilling while one of the drivers is cheering up. Couldn't be... Yeah, that's really rough. That's real rough. It's anyways, it might be a little bit better to have you get focused on something else. Like, is there anything you want to yap about right now? Want me to like talk about like the basis of this animal just for curiosity's sake to maybe kind of take you out of what's going on right now? Okay. Well, important things to know then. As I've been kind of talking about so far, hold up. Let me. Okay, perfect. Uh, as I've been kind of talking about, I'm trying to make a starter Pokemon out of this, and this is extremely abstract and very clearly does not look like something that can be typically a starter Pokemon. Um, and this is because I am sadistic and came up with a really cool idea for a starter evolution line, and I've stuck to it, even if it makes sense, but it requires me to start from here because, as you may know, the kind of entire plan with this region is that you pass through ancient time, visiting multiple different eras of paleontological history and geologic history, where of course there are different animals present. So, in the interest of staying like true to the theme of like the of time passing of the Pokemon that you have as your partners kind of evolving as like time progresses, I needed to find a couple of different groups of animals and species that could a really fit the typings that I wanted to base my type triangle off of, or my starter triangle off of, being ground, water, and electric, because I did not want to have to try and figure out how to do a grass starter for this region. Um, and then essentially find real life species examples that have kind of persisted the entire length of that time, or have had some kind of development throughout that long period of time. So then, no matter which period you might be in, it's not like anachronistic to see like this animal or a version of this animal, because it's always going to be the mon that you're always sticking around with. Like, I can't just like say, hey, you can start out with like Anomalocaris, and then you're going to end up at like the end of the Cretaceous period, and all of the Pokemon around you are going to be like T-Rexes and Triceratops and stuff like that, and you're going to be walking around with still the same like Anomalocaris. Like, you can do that, but it shouldn't be like the Pokemon that you are intended to be hanging out with the most probably should not be that anachronistic. Like, there should be a little bit more of a through line. So there are two other lines that I've come up with. I have not been super specific about them yet, but I did figure out this one. And one of them is going to be more along the lines of fish. Actually, hold on, what have I written down for this? Because I forget. One of them is going to be the development of fish onto land and gaining 4 legs, essentially basic tetrapods. And that can be something that isn't anachronistic because Temnospondyl's like the group that was like the big amphibians with 4 legs that existed way back when, did actually still exist in the Cretaceous period with Koolasuchus in Antarctica, so it's not super anachronistic. That kind of helps with that. Also feeds into the theme of evolution kind of happening as something progresses in this game. And then the second one, I forget what the second set of mons is going to be. It's probably going to be a development of invertebrates. So you have like a snail that eventually becomes a ammonite that eventually becomes a modern squid. And once again, that kind of like shows that natural development. It's not anachronistic because these animals do exist at the time periods you would later be in later in the game. If that makes any sense. And then this guy, I wanted to represent as many different groups of life as possible. And I've already represented vertebrates by doing the fish thing. I've already represented invertebrates, or animals that don't have a spine, or don't have like internal skeleton and whatever, by doing the snail to squid route. And then I wanted to like represent another group. So there are a couple of different options. I could have gone more like along the lines of worm invertebrates. So like maybe I could have gone like towards bobbit worm or like the modern annelid earthworms that you see whenever it starts raining. Um, but instead, I decided to go echinoderms, which is your sea urchins, your sea cucumbers, and your starfish, because I thought that was a little bit more of a unique group that we don't have that much representation in when it comes to Pokemon. Like we have Staryu, Starmie, we have Pukumuku, we have Pincurchin, and that's pretty much it. So I thought that it would be interesting to create a line based out of that, and specifically a group of those organisms that haven't actually gotten that much representation before, being brittle stars. Brittle stars are the really skinny looking starfish. Like they have extremely long and kind of not like extremely long and thin arms, as opposed to being a lot like chunkier and bulkier as like you might see like Staryu look in the actual Pokemon games. Um, but to have that evolutionary development, I can't just say, hey, I'm going to do a 3-stage Pokemon that's going to be brittle stars, because it would just be like brittle star and then a bigger brittle star and then an even bigger brittle star. Yeah, that's a starfish. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a different kind of starfish, but it is a starfish. And I didn't want it to more like a boomerang. Oh, what, these things? Yes, so that's what I'm getting to. These are the brittle star larvae. This is what they look like when they have like just hatched out of their egg. Once they have like, this is essentially a baby brittle starfish. Um, so the idea is it goes from its larval form, its baby form, which is this, and then it becomes a full brittle star, and then from there it will develop into something called a basket star, which if you have ever seen what a basket star looks like, they are like absolute eldritch horror abomination type thing. And I fucking love it. I think it's super unique. It is not anachronistic because they exist nowadays. It is not anachronistic to the initial time period because brittle stars date back to the Ordovician. So it works, and it's extremely unique, and there are no current Pokemon in the Pokedex that represent any of these animals. So I have somehow been able to actually condense my starter, being an electric type no less, to be something that is wholly unique to Pokemon, is not anachronistic amongst every single time period involved, is unique in how it actually evolves, is unique in its typing. It like, I don't know. Like these are like the kind of things that I make myself think about whenever I actually make decisions like this. But the brittle line is the one in which I am 100% sure of what every single evolution is going to be called. And I'm like 95% sure I know exactly which one it is exactly what each one is going to look like. So that's why I started on this one for starter Pokemon. But that's like the whole gimmick. It looks like a fungus infestation. Yeah, exactly. Like they're insane. It's literally just like a mess of arms. It's nuts. But that's why I think it's also really cool. And once I actually got this idea into my head, I just couldn't get it out. So it stuck with me and was so interesting to me that I decided to make it my third starter. And I think it kind of makes sense. Like it's very weird, which makes it kind of track for being that electric typing. That it will make more sense once I actually get to like the Pokedex entry, but like even in this thing's design, like yes, I'm basing it off of this, which is like effectively nothing. It looks like nothing. But I've kind of been able to adapt it in a way that like you can still see like hints of like, oh, this might be an electric type based off like the coloration and like the shaping, but it like still has like the baby Pokemon face, but it's like not too advanced to not look like this thing, which is just a mess. So I don't know. I think I've somehow done a good job with this. I have no clue how I've pulled that off, but there you go. Also, this morning I just learned the existence of the firework jellyfish. I think I know what you're talking about, but I actually don't remember what that looks like, so I'm going to search that up. Yeah, it is this one. Um, I always remember this one as the one that looks like God, this thing is crazy looking. It kind of looks like one of the cave crawlers from Subnautica. That's how I always remember what this is. I'm gonna pull up an image of it on stream for the folks at home. Um, But yeah, it looks crazy. Um, one sec. Let me pull this up. Is this it? Okay, so if I change the properties of this, and then I do this. Okay, and then I need to make this bigger because it is not obvious what we are looking at right now. Okay. This is a firework jellyfish. This is what Meme is talking about. Um, it's a very interesting animal, in my humble opinion. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Dope animal. Got to give more credit to echinoderms. They have a lot of evolution. They have a lot of really unique looking animals. They look cool. I agree. It looks dope. It looks like one really big eye. Like you can kind of see the sclera in it. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, there you go. And then hold on, I need to swap to just chatting really quickly so then I can turn on my iPad again. Okay. Other notable echinoderms, once again, animals that kind of have an internal skeleton, but not in the same way that vertebrates do, is probably the easiest way to describe it. Really interesting one, sea pig. Search up sea pig, like the ocean, and then pig like the animal. That is a sea cucumber. I am not joking. It is a really weird looking sea cucumber, but it's a sea cucumber. I think it's really cool though, that evolution can kind of just do all of these things. I don't know. Pretty freaking dope. Seen it before, goofy animal? Yeah. He's a goofy little guy. He's my little goofy guy though. He's my son that I love. He's my Chud son. I'm not gonna lie, for like a while there was this point where I was getting more into biology and I was discovering a lot more of like these deep sea animals that look really fucked up. Like the blobfish when it's decompressed. It actually looks a lot more normal when it's not decompressed. But even then, like I would hold up. Jesus, why am I coughing? Um it's like I got the EBGBs for a while, and it took me a while to get out of having the EBGBs. But yeah, I don't know. Dope little guys. Jellyfish are probably my favorite animals. Honestly, real. Like Cnidarians in general, like they are some really interesting and diverse animals. Most people don't think about them that hard because, you go, oh, this is the thing that just kind of sits there and then eventually gets eaten by a turtle. But like, I don't know. I have a lot of respect for them. They're actually really, really interesting animals once you start learning more about them. Okay. And then I need to do this. There we go. Hmm. See if that helps a bit. Trying to think of like what my favorite jellyfish might be. Phantom jellyfish is definitely up there. I'm biased though because I decided to uh, draw a Pokemon based out of it already, um, as well as moon jellyfish. I have reasonable bias for, because I did an evolutionary path with both of them, based out of Nihilego because I really love Nihilego as a Pokemon for like no apparent reason, even though it's an Ultra Beast. But yeah. Cool thing about jellyfish is that they live so deep in the ocean you can't tell how big or small or how dangerous they are. What like in general or yeah, they live so deep in the ocean. Like specifically this jellyfish, as in the fireworks jellyfish, or just certain jellyfish in general? Because this is reasonable. There are a lot of jellyfish, and they can scale from like literally like less than an inch wide to being like meters, like tens of meters long. And sometimes they're completely harmless, and it's like whatever. And then sometimes it's like you touch this and you will die. And there's like no real in between, and it's really funny. You have to be like super careful. Sometimes it's like, oh yeah, you're in like this cloud of jellyfish. All of these guys can kill you. Or it's like this thing is bigger than you are, and you feel like you could get eaten by it for lunch, but it's also just chilling there, and you'll never have to worry about this ever. Um, which is really funny. Ad break in 30 seconds, but since this is a drawing stream, I can actually swap over to BRB instead of you guys missing out. So it'll be cool. It'll be awesome. It'll be so awesome. It'll be so cool. Be so awesome. Can I like draw this line in a way that doesn't make me want to die? Could be really dope. I don't know. Maybe just me. Alrighty. And ad break in progress. Ad break, ad break, ad break, ad break. See you in a minute and a half, cause then we'll talk more too. Ad break, ad break. Alrighty, it sounds like y'all are back. Okay, fried egg jellyfish. Google fried egg jellyfish. Curious. Curious. Let me search this up, because I actually don't know what that one is. Fried egg jellyfish. I'm getting a jellyfish education right now. Oh my god, it literally is a fried egg. Why does it look like that? Holy shit. Wait, that's like actually, like, it comically looks like a fried egg. Like, I can't even, like, hold on, let me save this and put this on stream. This is really funny to me. Hold up. How do you just have this? Fried egg jellyfish. And then, like, you just pull it up, and it's just, like, the most guy to ever guy. Like, he's just sat there. He's sat. Like, it's literally just a fried egg. Like, it's that, and then it has, like, a bunch of, like, oh my god, what's the word for it? Here, hold up. It's literally, like, a fried egg, and then it just has, like, a bunch of Dippin' Dots on the bottom of it. It's kind of crazy. Like, its design looks nuts. It's so pretty. But it does also just happen to look like a fried egg, which is hilarious. That's wild. I feel like there are a lot of jellyfish like this. I'm kind of curious what the actual group name is. Phacelophora. Fried egg jellyfish or egg yolk jellyfish. Very large jellyfish. Monotypic family. Phacelophoridae. Containing only this species. Okay. That's why I was kind of... Huh. So it's just in a. I was about to say like, I'm curious what this thing is closely related to. What family is it in when it comes to jellyfish? And it turns out that it's just its own thing. Like I wouldn't even be able to tell you like anything about it even if I wanted to, just because it's straight up its own thing. Like it's not closely related to that much else. Being in its own family is a crazy flex. Damn. That's really dope though. That's really freaking dope. Impressive NGL? Yeah, exactly. Like, it does happen actually pretty frequently where you'll have an animal that's pretty far removed from certain things. I just didn't expect it. Just then. It's not like the most shocking thing in the world, but it does, like, this is something that happens. I just wasn't, I just didn't expect it just now. I don't know. Like, I promise I can speak English and I know what I'm saying right now. Like, it's not the most common thing in the world, but it's like not obscenely rare for this to happen, is what I'm trying to say. Um, because like you'll get stuff like the Tuatara, which is just like straight up 150 million years removed from literally anything else presently alive, and it's like yeah, he's just chilling, and sometimes it's just like that, honestly, and that's really funny. But yeah, no, there you go. Random Nidarian that is not closely related to like almost any other Nidarian. That's really silly. I keep forgetting it's April Fool's Day and I'm having a heart attack like every 5 minutes. No, honestly, real Shern. Like, honest, there's like a part of me that was like, I wonder if like I could, like, oh my god, English. I was like, maybe I could like do an April Fool's Day, stream. But like, that's not the reason I'm live right now. I'm live because today is the day that works for me this week. But it's also like I've been having to like tread so lightly today. It's so funny. Like even the damn swarm scribes, like the people I work with to like produce videos, like we ended up like dropping some shit today out of nowhere, and that was a really great video. It was a really bad great video if that makes any sense. But that was pretty wild. Uh Dolan Dolan Dark has been making these like pseudo internet like news videos called Slop Live, and he got that's like loosely based off Moist Critical, and then he got Moist Critical to actually come on and do one of his videos as a fake face reveal for the channel, and then accuse Moist Critical of copying him, and that was peak. Like, I don't know, there's just like a bunch of random ass shit going on today, and I'm all for it. I love Slop Live. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't watch it too often, but it's pretty solid whenever I actually do end up picking it up and watching a Slop Live episode. Dude, I was dying. I could not believe he did that shit. I respect it though. I respect it massively. Um all right, meme. Just googled unique jellyfish species. There's one called the upside down jellyfish. Interesting. So, Sharon, you just caught us talking about jellyfish species because meme happens to like jellyfish species. Upside down jellyfish. Images. What the fuck? Wait, it's literally like it's just a jellyfish that evolved to be like a sea anemone. Who did this? Nah, hold up. It's called Cassiopeia. That actually goes hard. Upside down jellyfish, genus of true jellyfish, family Cassiopeidae. Found in warmer coastal regions, including shallow mangrove swamps, mudflats, canals, and turtlegrass flats in Florida, the Caribbean, and Micronesia. That's a really wide range. I have no fucking clue how they ended up making it through the isthmus, but there you go. Medusa usually lives upside down on the seafloor in shallow areas, which has earned them their common name. They have a symbiotic relationship with photosynthetic dinoflagellates and therefore must lie upside down in areas with sufficient light. Wait, these things are dope. Wait. No, hold up, hold up. This is one of those examples where okay, also toxic proteins in their mucus. They're literally like having clownfish sea anemone relationships in their larval stage with dinoflagellates. This is actually so fucking dope. Holy shit. So dinoflagellates, for reference, because I don't expect anybody here to know what that um, is a type of plankton that is able to photosynthesize, and flagellates, are they the ones? It's diatoms that produce dinophytes, monophyletic, cnidarians, protists, marine plankton, common in freshwater habitats. Substantially smaller than diatoms, are sometimes endosymbionts in marine animals, in this case the upside down jellyfish, which is really funny. And then they possess two flagella which allow them to move, which is why they're called that. Or partially why they're called that. But yeah, by and large, they're just like photosynthetic stuff that just kind of lives in the water column, and it's developed and apparently the upside down jellyfish, Medusa, which is just before it gets to its final evolutionary stage. I'm pretty sure when it comes to jellyfish, I should know this. It's polyp and then something and then Medusa, I think, and then it evolves into something that's like past Medusa, or I might be wrong about that. It's been a while. But yeah, no, it just they work in tandem where the jellyfish uses its toxins to defend itself and the harbored dinoflagellates, and then the dinoflagellates give it some of its produced sugars via photosynthesis as effectively payment. And that's how their symbiotic relationship works. But that's always so dope when that happens between like a straight up animal and then something that's like kind of more like a plant. I don't know. It's always so fucking cool to me. Shern, like half the projects I'm a part of have made a cancellation announcement. What, for April Fools? Yikes! That's I understand how that could have like disastrous heart rate implications. And then meanwhile, I'm like looking at like other things doing April Fools, and like one of my friend group's Discord servers became completely Dutch for today. And then like another server I'm part of that does paleo news is completely rebranded to just being Per Casaneteto, which is really funny. And then like some people are just like, nah, fuck you. This shit, we're canceling it. It's over for y'all. That's rough. I'm happy that they aren't actually canceling, obviously, since it's like April 1st, but definitely big ass heart attack. I get that. I don't blame you. I need to do this. I need to do this. There we go. Dude, one of my friends made a Google Doc exposing himself. Literally, like, cell phone for April Fools goes crazy. Holy shit. Actually legendary. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. That's fucking awesome. Dude, exposing himself, bro. That's so funny. Today I'm going to be talking about the very serious topic where I have been doing wrongdoing and I'm going to expose me for doing said things. That's fucking hilarious. It's so peak. God, every once in a while I have a little bit more faith in the internet, like as a whole, and it makes me really happy. And April Fools is always one of those days where I go, wow, this is really fucking funny. I love how everyone can kind of commit to the bit like this. Legendary bit committal going on April Fool's Day as per usual. Uh, that's awesome. Yeah, and then I need to do this, and then I need to make this significantly bigger because I need to just fade in, which is kind of hard to do. There we go. That looks good. Another project released a whole April Fool's update and added a new song. Eek. And then of course like Minecraft comes out with their like yearly April Fool's snapshot. That shit goes hard. Where every single item you break or a block you break like suddenly becomes uh like an animal or creature or entity that follows you. Like you just like beat it into submission and now it's like your slave. Like that shit's crazy. That shit's wild. There's just so much going on today. It's amazing. I really don't know what's happening, but I'm all here for it. Oh, hold up. Uh, but yeah, I mean, as you were saying earlier, like, I don't know. Evolution is pretty fucking impressive. Never ceases to amaze me. There's always some crazy shit going on. It's wild, wild stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't be majoring in this, to be fair. NGL, I haven't seen any VTubers really do anything. That's fair. I know Laz was considering doing something, but then plans fell through because it was going to be involving Freddy, and then Freddy ended up being busy today, which is unfortunate, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Uh, but otherwise, I don't know anybody else doing anything super crazy today. At least, like I know Neurosalma is live right now, or at least was a second ago with karaoke, but that's like not an April Fool's thing. So okay, and then I can do okay. Okay. Whoa, that scared the shit out of me. Okay, sir. Yeah, I think that's all like dark shading that I need to do for that actually. So I don't even think I need to shade that further. I do want to go in here and then shade this slightly. Um, let me do this, and this, and then I can drop down to like 30%, and then I can start erasing at this. So then. Okay. Okay. Microsoft bought Steam. No, you're joking. You're joking. No, you're joking. You're joking. You're joking. No. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Uh, no, there's stuff about like last year. There's nothing right now. Do not scare me like that. Do not tell me that Microsoft bought Steam, bruh. You can't be doing this to me. There's no way. I refuse to believe that. It better not have happened. Like, if that's not cap, I will blow my shit smooth off. I'm gonna be so for real. That's like that is like disaster worst case scenario, and I'm like not even capping. I do not trust them with that shit. Can't be making jokes about this, man. Can't be making jokes about it. No, okay. Oh man. Okay. This, and then I'm going to. What layer do I want to do this on? This one, maybe? I don't have. I think this, yeah. Lol, Disney is in fact considering buying Epic. Like, that makes more sense. That I can believe, and that I wouldn't care as much about. But, dude, if Microsoft bought Steam, we're all cooked. We're all fucked. I hope you know that. Like, could you like I don't think this is the actual CEO right now, but like Steve Ballmer trying to fucking run Steam, bro. Like the entire gaming like landscape would shift overnight. Like it would actually be unbelievable. Um, oh my god, please work. There we go. Okay. Dude. That was like, sure, and that was like extremely successful bait against me. I'm not gonna lie. Like that was specific enough and random enough that you completely fucking got me. And I'm a little embarrassed to say that, but like also, I don't know. I'm an Atrioc viewer. I think I have reasons to like be more concerned about this and be more knowledgeable about these sorts of things than the average consumer. Like, goddamn, dude. That was quality rage bait. God damn. Mm. Okay. Fuck, this actually looks pretty good. Hello? Chat, why am I cooking? Question mark. That's not supposed to happen. What do you mean I'm capable? No, I'm kidding. Let me see how this looks. Okay. There we go. That's more along the lines of what I was looking for. Shape-wise. It's not perfect, but you know, I can iron it out. It's not the end of the world. Ads in 4 minutes, but I will cut to BRB screen for that, so you guys won't miss anything. It's the magic of getting to do drawing streams. I don't have to worry about that as much, but I can still stop pre-rolls without actually preventing you guys from getting to hang out. Oh, that's incorrect. Shockingly good line. And then this, and then this, and then this, and this, and this. Okay, so then I can. Okay, there. This, and then I need to fatten this up a little. Not a lot, but just a little. Um, so it looks a bit better. Uh, okay. So that's done, and then I want to. What did I do with the blue? Let's just not have a color wave. Have I just not done this? Am I just stupid? It's very possible. I in fact have just not done this. Um. Okay. There. Okay. Ad starts in a minute and a half. Did you hear that Oprah... I'm sorry, I like got through the sentence and then I went, what the fuck? I Shern, you are doing an absolutely legendary job right now of stringing words together in a way that just deals me psychic damage. I hope you know that. Dude, what do you mean Oprah voiced Birdo? Like, I'm gonna go see the movie tomorrow night probably, but like, what do you mean it's Oprah voiced Birdo, bro? What the fuck? And I'm scared that like she might have done a good job. And honestly, that's more terrifying to me than like any other possible outcome from that. And this is like this is not for me to like shit on Oprah or anything, but just because I don't think like I would be able to handle the fact that she did a good job. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I would know what to do with myself if that happened. And ads starting. Jeff Goldblum did a killer job as dog. I haven't seen the movie yet. Stop! Don't tell me who's in it, man. It's already bad enough. I know Scott McCloud. Okay, actually, you might be capping. This is possible. I might be getting baited. This could be rage bait. This could be rage bait, and I could be stupid. This is very possible. I should be considering that more. I'm assuming this is rage bait. For my own sanity, I'm assuming this is rage bait surrounding the fact that today is April 1st, 2026, and I am in the interest of not knowing these things about the movie if that is truly the case. So, I'm going to act like I have heard nothing. I am going to act like nothing has ever happened, and we are going to live our lives. And I'm going to go see the movie tomorrow, and it will be a good movie, and whatever happens, happens. And if this is the truth, I will crash the fuck out. But that's okay. If they do a good job, I will never ever have qualms with a certain actor or a certain other actor getting a job or a role. Because, like Donald Glover, I would not have pinned him for Yoshi. But you know what? His Yoshi voice sounded pretty good. And on top of that, in the most recent trailer, like, fucking, Chris Pratt did an actually pretty good Wahoo. And I can respect him for that. But this does not mean that my sanity remains unscathed as a result of these actions. So that's my 2 cents on the matter. I think that's a pretty reasonable 2 cents for me to have. I don't really know what else to do about that, but you know, yeah, there you go. Um, Alrighty, and ads are over, so we're back to this. I realize I've been drawing. That's on me. Good news, this is all you missed. I just colored in that eyepiece right there, which honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It's still maybe a little not... I might need to round it a little bit more towards the top here, so I think I'm going to do that really quickly. But, it's like if I do that, it just looks like a little less flat along this, like, southern edge here. Okay, yeah, no, he's capping, he's capping, he's capping, he's capping, he's capping, he's capping, okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. Thank God. Shern, you bastard. You're too good at lying. This is partially because I'm really bad at telling when people are lying to me. But also, B, that you are, up until the Scott Cawthon thing, those were believable. To some extent. And tis PMO. I don't really know what else to say. So I'm realizing I didn't actually shade this one, which like it kind of needs to get shaded, so I'm doing that right now. Anyways, there we go. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not capping. Mauser sounds exactly like FNAF 3 phone guy. Regardless, please, I'm going to assume you're capping, okay, for my own sanity. I'm going to see this movie tomorrow. I wish not to be spoiled about it. So if we could chill, take a chill pill, you know, like, go over to your, like, bedside table, go grab the NyQuil, pop, like, 2, like, drink a little bit of water, you know, just take a breather on this, and give me like another 48 hours so then I can actually form my own opinion, that would be swag. That would be very cool and swag. I would much appreciate that. Please do not spoil me. Right. This is actually looking pretty good right now. I'm not gonna lie, like I walked in here today feeling like, hey, maybe I might actually redraw this. Like I'm not too stoked about how this has been turning out so far. And now I'm kind of feeling, maybe I'm fucking stupid and maybe this thing looks great and I should stop doubting myself. Because this is a pretty reasonably accurate, like energy-wise feeling to the things on my left and how it's supposed to be described, while still being very baby Pokemon-ish and very much being an electric type and still retaining like the head thing that you can see here and then like the big arms and stuff, and then it kind of looks like a sea monkey from Subnautica, so that's why I put that down there. But like it's not that offensive in the sense of having to be a baby starter Pokemon while being an animal that doesn't have eyes, while being a larva that is extremely long. It honestly, I have actually struck a pretty solid balance here. So I'm kind of okay with this. My goat Brytle. He's here. There he is. Look at him. Look at this fucking guy. He's chilling. I have no idea how I'm going to make his evolution now. I have no idea how I'm going to make Brytle look now. Because this now has to go from something that is obviously, oh my god, bilateral to something that has radial symmetry. And that is going to be a very interesting thing to have to do while still retaining some level of its look. Its head still looks like a backyardigan, I know, and I'm okay with that. I think, hey, honestly, once again, it really does look like a backyardigan. Like, this is a very fucked up mix of, like, Pablo, Uniqua, and Tyrone. But, that's kind of okay. Because those things were designed for children. This thing is intended to be designed for children. If you, like, once again, like, looking at, like, all of these starter Pokemon designs, like, what I've created, despite being extremely unique, is not like offensive towards the general style of what these things look like. Like, I was able to give it the obscenely large head. I was able to give it like that glisten in its eyes, but like I was also in this case able to minimize how much eye for eye there was, which I think was kind of important considering this thing technically doesn't have any. But it also still has like colors, but like not enough to make it like too offensive. Like with Totodile and like Mudkip, you get like oranges and reds you wouldn't typically get with water starters, which same deal, you get these blues that you wouldn't expect, or purples that you might not expect when you're thinking about an electric type, but like they aren't offensive. Like the purple is like a complementary color to orange, like they're opposite on the color wheel, and then this blue just adds a little bit of a contrast to the orange at the back. I'm realizing that I actually did a really good job with this when it comes to color theory, and I no longer hate myself surrounding that, so that's really cool as I just explain it and speak words right now, so that's pretty dope. But like, yeah, no, I've somehow done a good job. Like, it doesn't have a ton of super obvious personality at present with its design. I think it's very silly. I think if I gave it like more eye expression, that would be good, but honestly, I'm very okay with how this currently looks, so I probably won't fuck with it that much. And on top of that, like, I feel like you can definitely still get a sense of like the happy silliness, kind of like bubbly personality that you might expect out of a starter Pokemon with this guy and his like shaping and stuff like that, so I don't really have that many issues with that. I think I've actually done a solid job. Brytle. He's such a guy. He's such a little dude. And by the way, Brytle, of course, being a combination of the words Brittle Star and Little, um, which is why I've spelled it that way, and in which it's very like ABC kindergarten type of way, which I think also adds a little bit to its dynamic. I think the name now is a little bit sharper than the Pokemon itself, if that makes any sense. Like Brytle, like the actual like consonants and stuff in it is a little too sharp. I might find ways of trying to soften it by changing up the spelling slightly, but honestly, like it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and even then, like modern day, you get stuff like Brout, where like that's a very sharp sounding name, but it ends up being this like round little kiwi bird. So I don't think it's really the end of the world. I think this is a very uh, acceptable mon I've created here. And with that, I have 45 minutes before I have to go. Before I'd latest have to go. So if Shern, Meme, if y'all are still here and you want to hang out a little bit more, we can do that. If not, I might just end stream so I have a little bit more time to get some stuff done tonight. So then I might be able to stream Friday morning in advance of Stardew Valley. So then we could start working on another Pokemon. Because as of right now, I really don't have that many ideas on where to move from here outside of like working up the chain and starting to work on Brytle. Which I'm excited about. But yeah, there you go. First starter Pokemon down for Carbos. Isn't that crazy? That's wild to me. I can't believe I'm sitting here right now saying, yeah, I've drawn like 55 Pokemon or something, and I've finally gotten a starter done. Do it sounds the best? In the sense of like for my scheduling, or in the sense of design? For like the actual name, because I know I was talking about a bunch of different shit just now, so I want to make sure I'm not. For me, okay. Yeah, I think I might just end stream in a couple of minutes then, if that's all right. Um, this wasn't going to be a long stream to begin with, simply because I didn't have that much time between an advising meeting and an event I have later tonight. But I really did want to take the opportunity to try and finish Brytle, and make sure that I had an opportunity to like talk to you, talk to Meme today, this week, outside of the context of me being an absolute moron during Stardew Valley on Fridays. Also, because I like drawing. Ideally, like next week, I should have a lot more time on Monday than I have the last couple of weeks, and I plan to stream for like 3 hours that day, but we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. And with that, thank you guys all so much for watching. As per usual, you can find these VODs usually posted on the Voltaic Glint channel on YouTube, VOLAT. Oh my god, I can't spell. VOLTAICGLINT on YouTube, where all these VODs are once again posted. This would be the... Actually, I don't even know how many drawing streams I've done so far. I think I was looking at it a second ago, and it's like, yeah, I've done like 72 of them or something, which is insane. I feel like that's a lot. Let me go to playlists. Past live streams, 72. 60 drawing streams. 60 drawing streams for 48 mons now, because I've now finished this section. Let me update the text for current Pokemon, or not for current Pokemon, but Pokedex tally. We're now 48 out of 75 Pokemon drawn for the EO subregion of Carbos. That's pretty wild. But yeah, as per usual, as I said, you can find my VODs there on YouTube. You can also always find these drawings at Carbos region, CARBOHS-region on Instagram, as well as on Tumblr. And with all of that being said, you can usually catch me Monday, Wednesday, Friday here on Twitch, where I'm either drawing or shooting the shit with a bunch of idiots that I call my friends. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Meme, for hanging out today. And I will see you guys soon. Peace.